Hi guys, I've previously launched a couple of videos demonstrating how to use the Pocket 2 to record road trips, either by putting the camera on the dashboard itself, or if you're feeling brave enough, then on the bonnet or even above on the roof with an extension rod. Now in today's video I'm going to be looking at how a passenger can be used to help control the gimbal remotely, especially if the road is a bit twisty and turny. Intrigued? Well, let's get straight into it. So a Pocket 2 can be used to film trips by putting it on the dashboard, shooting through the windscreen, or even out of the window on a selfie stick or an extension rod, or maybe even mounted outside the car on the roof or the bonnet on some magnetic mount. However, if the road is a little bit twisty and turny, the gimbal will take quite a bit of a movement to react to the move back towards the centre. Now we can speed up the reaction time by changing the follow speed from slow to fast, which is certainly going to help. But sometimes the roads can have such a sharp turn, like a hairpin for example, that the gimbal is going to spend quite a bit of time looking at one side of the road, usually a bank of dirt or something like that, and it doesn't really make for very good footage. Or maybe there is some particularly nice scenery on one side of the road, but the road is twisting in the opposite direction, for example. So with a passenger, we can actually control the direction the gimbal is facing rather than the direction in which the road is actually moving or the road is actually turning. Now this can be done in two ways. First, the passenger is holding the Pocket 2 by the windscreen using the DJI Pocket 2 extension rod, or maybe a selfie stick for example. They can then use the joystick on the extension rod or the DJI Mimo app to control where the Pocket 2 is actually facing. Now I suggest that they monitor what the Pocket 2 is looking at using the mobile phone using the DJI Mimo app. Now this will be particularly useful if the extension rod is being put out on the window or maybe above the roof. Now they can also use the mobile phone a little bit like a periscope, so you can actually see what the gimbal is, the Pocket 2 is looking at. Secondly, if you don't have the extension rods, but instead the Pocket 2 is mounted on the roof or the bonnet of the car, then you can connect remotely to the Pocket 2 using the Do It or handle. Now this comes as standard in the Pocket 2 Creator Combo, but it's also available as a separate purchase if you didn't get the combo. Now if you're not sure how to connect to the Pocket 2 remotely via Wi-Fi, then that's a topic for a completely separate video. The Pocket 2 can then be controlled remotely with the DJI Mimo app using the virtual joysticks, so that we can move the gimbal to turn to face towards the nice scenery or follow the bend of the road much quicker doing it manually. Now with both of these techniques, the Pocket 2 allows setting of the speed of the actual joystick by swiping down from the top, swiping to the right till you see the accessories option. Click there and you should then see the option to change the joystick speed. Now I suggest setting the speed at the fastest or near the fastest speeds, perhaps 9 or 10, to be able to move the gimbal quite quickly. Now with the virtual joystick, if you go to follow mode, then you'll also be able to change the tilt of the gimbal. Now this is useful if the road goes down or climbs steeply. The passenger can then control the tilt of the gimbal to follow the angle of the road. Okay, well I hope these tips are useful. So if in the future you are filming road trips with the Pocket 2 with a willing passenger in a car, then perhaps you can persuade them to be your camera assistant and remotely control the Pocket 2 with the joystick. Well, enjoy and have fun, and as always, if you've learnt something in this video, then of course give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to the channel for more tips like this. Alright, see you later and take care guys.